Hi everyone, Aaron Bowen here in the Obla Library. Welcome to the sixth and final video of our time together in HP 105. You all have been through the paces conducting research and finding information of various sorts, seeing what is out there and evaluating it to see what you have found and if what you have found is authoritative, relevant, useful, etc. So I'm not going to try and impart any new big lessons with this video. Instead, I'll just recap what we've covered and I attended a presentation yesterday on census data, so I'm just going to show a couple of quick tools that I learned about during that presentation. I don't expect anyone to dive deeply into census data research at this stage and try and learn a massive amount of new information at this stage. I show it to you mainly because it's out there, it's available, you can make use of it in your future courses, and it's worth knowing about. But I'm not expecting a massive thesis on the use of census data to answer questions. On that note, though, the final module question that we are covering today: describe challenges to serving the aging population in our current health services system and how we can improve our system of care. I did use the census data to look up some numbers about population 65 years or older in Wichita in particular and in Kansas more generally. So I'm going to tailor what I have to say about the census data to that topic in particular. But first, we have talked about the fact that information creation is a process. The Census Bureau went out and collected this data by having people fill out census forms and interviewing them. We have talked about the authority of information and the authority behind the voices producing that information. In the case of the census, it's a branch of the U.S. government, and it's kind of the official count of people and count of demographic characteristics present in the United States. So it is a major authority on demographic data of that nature. It's not the only one. You can find other authorities as well of varying qualities. But that just goes to show that you have been through the process of evaluating information and seeing how it applies to your needs and whether it is of high enough quality that you consider it valuable in some research that you are conducting. We've been through the research process and searching for, finding, accessing information, and using it to generate your own coursework and your own thoughts and ideas, building off of it to generate your thoughts and ideas, as I just said. So I'm not going to try and teach anything big and new right now. Instead, I just want you all to finish up your research for the course, for the semester, and do your best. And I'm sure I will see you in future health sciences courses. As always, let me know if you have any questions about research or the research process as you continue through your studies, because it's limitless. It just unfolds from here, and there are always new questions to be asked and new tools to use to address them. So, on to the census data. I believe I've already mentioned the American Fact Finder in a previous video. Here it is, factfinder.census.gov. And it's very easy to just pick a city, town, or country, or zip code here. In our case, Wichita, you have Wichita County or Wichita City. Obviously, we want the city of Wichita instead of Wichita County. But in the city, 2017 population estimate, just under 400,000. We have a 2017 population estimate here, but the most recent hard factual data that we have is from 2016. The census no longer operates on a 10-year basis. It is continually updating and compiling its statistical data. So we can see, as recently as 2016, demographic characteristics of the city. Including, in particular, 65 years and over. The population estimate, the margin of error out of 49,364, population plus or minus 573 of that number. 12.7% of the population of the city, broken down by male and female, right there, and other voting age population, 18 and over. So other demographic characteristics down below there, but I wanted to point out the 65 years and older, and there's 62 years and older right there. Stepping away from American Fact Finder for a second, I also learned about the Census Geography project. In particular, the interactive maps. So census.gov/geography. And interactive maps is linked right there. A couple of different maps I wanted to dive into. The Census Data Mapper. It gets you the whole country initially, but as you will see, we can zoom in. And I want age and sex, but not percent male, instead percent 65 years and over. That color palette is fine. I want 5 different classes of age instead of 3. Make the map. It updates. And there we go, percent 65 years and older. And I can zoom in to Kansas this way. So here is Sedgwick County, 11.4%, 65 and older, which I think it said 12.7% on American Fact Finder. So there's some internal discrepancies there to be aware of. If I wanted to use that statistic in something I was creating for class, I would note both and note the source material of both, even though they both are derived from the census. So that, according to this map, falls into the smallest percent in Kansas of population 65 or older. The other counties you can see listed right there, and the different percentages of the population age 65 or older present in each county. Then, under data visualization, these are a number of sort of pre-formatted infographics and visualizations. But I wanted to show you the population 65 years and older from the 2016 data. There it is at the country level, but I can mouse over Kansas and get this graph here, 65 to 74, 8.4% of the population of Kansas, not of Wichita specifically. This is state level. 75 to 84, 4.3, 85 and older, 2.3. I can click on that and see other states in the same percent category right there. And I can also start playing with the characteristics over here on the side of the map. So, percent of people married aged 65 and older right there. Family households, foreign-born, so on and so forth. There we go. You've also got the female-male breakdown over here as well. So, just a couple of final parting thoughts on library research. I hope you all had a good semester. Let me know if you have any questions as the course wraps up, but also as you continue on into pursuing your degrees in public health science or any of the other areas of health science. Let me know, and I will talk to you then. Thank you all for a great semester, everyone. Goodbye.